Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the fifth-year quarterback, Jameis Winston, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they match up with Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call.
Sanders now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And this is a guy who cares totally about his team. He will do whatever it takes for a play to be successful and for his team to win. I've seen him become a lead blocker on running plays, even though I'm sure his coaches don't want him anywhere near that pile.
Ready, black 22. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
First down, Winston. And incomplete to open things up. The intended receiver, Andre Ellington. And it's second down. And we get a glance now at the Buccaneer offense.
Peyton Barber had his best year running the football in 2018, and he was 9th in the league last year in rushing attempts. The only issue? Yards per carry. Total yards under 900. New head coach Bruce Arians, he believes he can improve his efficiency.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, Heavy. Let me know what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Jameis to throw it. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Winston now to throw on first down. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready, white 25. Hey, pick your game up. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script in that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start on the ground with Barber, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Blown up on that play, back at the 20. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Check three.
On 3rd down, here comes Barber. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fourth down, and the Bucs trot out the former 49er Bradley Pinion to punt it as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. So here to lead out the offense in his first year as a Dolphin, but 15th overall, it's the bearded veteran Ryan Fitzpatrick. And the new coaching staff coming in, they finally decided to pull the plug on the Ryan Tannehill era after 7 seasons and no playoff wins. So enter Ryan Fitzpatrick, signed in free agency, fittingly on St. Patrick's Day, by the way. But last year with Tampa Bay, you remember Fitzpatrick got off to that incredible start. Over 400 yards passing in each of the first 3 games of the year, 11 total touchdown passes, and now it's his time to do it with Miami. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, You don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He completes it to Andre Ellington. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Caught. It's Ellington. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Jameis again. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, you're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick across the formation. He's got a man. That's Allen. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan, we now proceed to the start of the second half.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Line 54 on yardage.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on second and long. Fitzpatrick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And this is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Back now in Miami as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So now Winston and the Bucs Down 7-0, just under 2 minutes to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
52's the mic. Watch Mike.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Hey, 20! Check my 45. Pick me up. Here we go.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. On the give, this is Drake. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They run it with Balaj. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a 1-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. 1-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
Ready? Black 22. 52 right here. QB's trash. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Clock running. The Bucs trying to go quickly and get set. He's back to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 3rd and short. who's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The big Tank Carradine with a sack. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. One last shot now for Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete.
Here we go. Here we go.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a